Hi, my name is Sarah Campbell and I am a brain educator with Canra. This is going to be the Nebula application homework. So I've already got my mannequin sectioned off. We've got the top section from our temple to right here, all the way down to the back of our ear. So it's going to leave us a very big back subsection there. You definitely want to make sure that your lines are nice and clean for better application. One fun thing about this color is it is very versatile. You can really accommodate your client's needs, whether they're wanting a more soft or a more heavier look. Again, this is very, very versatile. So you can do however your client is looking or whatever your client's looking for. So we're gonna start our first sectioning right behind the ear, and we're gonna go to the nape. There we go. So behind the ear to the nape. You are, able to use any kind of lightener. With this, since we are using a blow dryer to get some of our look, we definitely recommend using the Canra Clay lightener, but if your client is looking for even more of a lift, then you could use the blue powder lightener with foil instead of the opened air to just get a better lift. So my client's going to be looking for more of a bolder look. So I'm going to do a traditional highlight weave. So I'm going to put that on there, making sure again we have nice clean sectioning, just so that you can see what is going on here. So sorry. So we're going to wrap this up and make sure you close these folds up so they don't dry out. And then we are going to clip this out of the way. We're going to use the blow dryer, again using a concentrator. You're going to start from the top of the hair and slowly work your way down. And that's going to give the results of like baby hair, some of that hair coming out. So instead of a tease, to me this is such a very clean, clean application. I've done this on a few clients now and I really love it because it just is such a subtle fade up. Instead of having to tease, getting all those tangles out in the sink, this is just such a clean way and a more organic way really. So again, with the concentrator, I do not have mine, but you have to use a concentrator. I cannot find it, somewhere in my car. So again, using a cool air, you're gonna hold very tightly at the end and just start pressing that down. All those hairs are starting to fall. And sometimes you have to kind of help pull those away. I know with a concentrator, these would come out a lot easier because it's really forcing that hair. Again, I have no idea where my concentrator is from home, but I know to have that. So again, all these little hairs are gonna fall out naturally. And so I'm gonna go on and paint this on. The top, I'm just gonna lay on the hair, but at the end, you're gonna really want to work those ends, that lightener into the hair. Okay, and so now we're just gonna let that fall. all that hair that was pushed out from the Air Touch application is going to just help that lay on top of it so there's no mixing. Now, we're going to continue up the hair. Let this go. And then we are going to do a brick lay. So, I'm going to come this way. And just work our way up here. Again, a nice weave application. I actually really did do this on a client the other day. And I'm telling you, the results were so great. She was so pleased with her hair. Again, it was, you know, I kind of made it a little bit more subtle. She likes a nice grow out. And so she was so pleased with it afterwards. Still being able to have some of her dark root, but everything was nice and brightened up. So I'm going to again hold this tip, use my blow dryer with the concentrator with cool air, and start at the top and work our way down. Okay. Go through. I'm going to hand paint this on. Again, the top, I'm just kind of laying the lightener, and as I work my way down, really pushing it through the hair, making sure those ends are very saturated. Okay, we're just going to let that fall. Okay. Again, working our way up, doing another subsection. Locking my folds in. Okay, and we don't want to forget this piece, so we're going to do the same on it. fall. Okay, and here is our back. Nice and saturated. Okay. Corner here. Yes. Okay. So we really want to follow the foil placement. As you can see, just kind of following it into that. But of course, we listen to our clients and their needs, and face framing is very in right now. Face framing with like lightener and everything is very in, and making sure that there's all that beautiful lightness around their face. So we're going to make sure we hit that very well. Get that first fold in. Lock it in place. Okay. So again, we're going to kind of follow, and we can see that this touches that fold. So I know that's the line I want to go with here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and weave in. Go ahead and push that out of the way. We're going to air touch this as well. Again, holding on very tightly to those ends. Letting all that natural hair fall. And then we are going to hand paint it as we did the back. Go ahead and pulling up a little bit more around her face, because again, we know she wants that lightness. We're just gonna let that fall. Okay, so I can see I'm gonna meet that full right here, meeting that full. Okay. Locking that into place. Okay. Grabbing the hair and doing the same. Now, we definitely don't want to forget that piece. So we're going to go through and weave that. Okay, and then gonna finish this part with, again, the air touch. Again, one thing using, I know I've said this, but just seeing it in motion is kind of different. As I'm blow drying, of course, all that air is pushing down onto the pieces that I put lightener on. So again, it's really important to make sure you're using clay lightener if you're not going to put fools around the opened air pieces, because they will dry out and you won't get any lift from that. So I will go through and do that on the other side. Gonna follow this foil. Going to go ahead and weave. Locking it up, and then pushing this out of the way and doing our air touch. Gonna bring these pieces around her face a little bit higher, just so she has that lightness and air touch. Nice and saturated at the end, letting it drop. Okay, matching the foil with my cone so that I'm making sure everything's symmetrical. Going through and doing weave. Letting it drop. All right, and then having one more section here. that she is very saturated at the ends. Here, I'll just bring the phone over here. Very saturated at the ends, all the way to the side. Let's get that front. So, again, we want to ensure that she has the lightness around her face. That's what everyone's wanting right now. So, depending on what that looks like, depending on her part, you know, you definitely have to put all this into consideration whenever you are placing full placement. So with her, she parts down the middle. However you want to do your front, whether it be a money piece or just a few little slices or a few little weaves. Me personally, I am going to weave and then do a slice, just because when she lifts up her hair, I don't want that harsh grow out. I like to do a nice weave and then a slice. So get that out of the way. I'm gonna go through again, make sure everything's nice and clean. And then we're going to do the other side. Her hair's pretty naughty. Then I'm going to do my slice for that pretty mini piece. Okay, let me get this in and then I will turn her back around so y'all can see. Oh, she's falling. So sorry, she's having issues. Lock her into place there. So I do want to go ahead and paint these pieces, just since everything else is being touched with liner, these do too. Just kind of lay them to the side. And these are the pieces when I weave those front, right around the face, weave those. These are just the leftovers hanging out. So just ensuring everything's nice and lightened. So we're gonna do the bricklay pattern up here as well. Bend her down so you can kind of see. It's pretty cool parting. And whenever you go to wash her out, like, we're going to start from her temple and work our way just like we did the back. And it just lays really, really cool. So we've got this nice parting again, starting from her temple all the way. And since it is the top, we're actually gonna cut that in half just to make sure she's got nice and lined pieces. That's about a, let's see, that's about in 3/4 of an inch subsection there. So we're gonna go through, do a traditional highlight here. Move so I can get some, getting that lightener pushed into the hair. Okay. Nice and saturated. Okay, gonna push that out of the way and do the very same motion. And when you get up here to the top, it doesn't matter if you start on the right and left, whatever you feel more comfortable with. I'm starting with right and right-handed. Just gonna go ahead and push these pieces out. Make sure those ends are very saturated. We're just gonna kind of lay that to the side so that it's not in her face. There we go. So since we did want a foil going this way, we're gonna go back and just go the other way again, just like the back pattern. I'm gonna go ahead and get these done and then I will show them to you real quick. This definitely falls out a lot easier when it's real hair. Mannequin hair is just so much different. And this little section, we're gonna do like we did the back. You don't wanna forget it, or not the back, but these sides. Sorry, can't even see. Not the back, but the sides. So I'm going to go ahead and just freehand that. Use the blow dryer on it because it is such a big back section, and then underneath it we have that foil. So it'll just make sense to go ahead and do the, use the blow dryer on it. So I'm gonna foil that. Lock it in. Using the blow touch. And then again on the back here. Okay, let me turn you around. Can I turn it around? Probably not. Okay, so start with our back. Working our way towards the front here. And then going to the other side. Making sure those ends are nice and saturated. And at the end of this video, I'll put where I actually did it on someone. And like I said, it was a really cool application and very easy, and it makes a huge impact. So I think it'll be great for stylists to learn.